So Blumhouse just wrapped up their San Diego Comic-Con Hall H panel, and it was kind of a mixed bag if you're a Halloween fan, because they did show off a new trailer for Glass, and they also showed off a new trailer for Halloween, but only one of those things made it out to the public, and it wasn't the Halloween trailer. Before we recap the trailer though, there's a couple things I thought would be worth touching on. The first one is that Jamie Lee Curtis was obviously there, but she really didn't talk about anything new in terms of plot details. She talked about how her daughter was taken from her at a young age and that she sat in isolation for years waiting for Michael to break out, but that's all stuff we already knew, so that was a little bit disappointing. The second thing is from Yvette Nicole Brown, who was the moderator of the panel, and she made a comment about this maybe being the final confrontation with Michael, and Jason Blum spoke up to say that she should never say final. So obviously there are some sequel ideas in the works if this movie makes a lot of money, which I think it will. We already knew that though, because originally this was written as two movies that would be shot back to back, but then they kind of condensed those scripts into one movie, but obviously the idea for a sequel is there. Moving on to the new trailer, it starts out in front of a house where a bunch of kids are trick-or-treating, and then they actually end up bumping into Michael, which is pretty scary for them, but they don't even know it. We actually did see this in the last trailer, but obviously the scene is extended in this one. Michael then goes up to the house, walks past the house into the garage, and grabs a hammer. After Michael gets the hammer, he walks inside the house where a woman is sitting down to eat a nice big juicy sandwich, and then she sees him and freaks the fuck out because a dude is standing in her house with a hammer. So that's a totally valid response. But Michael can't handle that, so he kills her with the hammer, and in a total falling down move, upgrades to a knife. On his way out though, he decides not to kill a baby that he sees in a crib. I don't know why he would treat baby life as sacred, but I guess it's good because killing people is bad. The next scene sounds like it's gonna be my favorite. Michael walks outside the house with his newly acquired knife and sees two teenagers getting into a car. He starts towards them, but then trick-or-treaters alert him to another house down the street, so he walks over there, walks up to the window, and as soon as a woman inside the house draws the shades, he punches through the window, grabs her by the hair, and kills her with the broken glass, which is just such a Michael Myers kill that I absolutely love, and I cannot wait to see that on screen. The coolest part about this sequence though is that it was shot in one take, which is such a cool way to show Michael Myers coming back. I think it's really smart that after he breaks out of Smith's Grove, he's gonna be a way more brutal Michael than we saw in 1978, and that makes sense because by taking out Halloween 2, they knock his kill count down a few pegs, and they have to do a really good job of making him scary in 2018. After the one take, we see Laurie tell her daughter and Ray, who I think is Laurie's ex-husband, that the bus has crashed and that Michael has escaped. We actually see a glimpse of this in the other trailer too, but after that we get to see Laurie's awesome house of traps where she has a bunch of guns stockpiled up. The last thing we see though is Michael punching through the window and lifting Laurie up by her neck, which we actually did see in a still released from the movie. So it's gonna be awesome to get to see that in motion whenever we do get to see this trailer. I think it's so cool that in addition to upping Michael's brutality, they also turn Laurie into the ultimate survivor. She's kind of a badass in this movie and I absolutely love it. She altered her entire life path to be able to take on Michael Myers when he does escape 40 years later, as it turns out. And I think that was such a smart move, and it was obviously intentional because David Gordon Green said, "We're playing it very straight and serious and honoring the first film in every way." Even though this all sounds really cool, I am pretty bummed out that they showed this in Hall H and didn't upload it for us to see, because a lot of the people in Hall H aren't even really fans who want to be there. They're people who sleep overnight to see a different panel and then just hang around in Hall H all day just to see what's there so they can tweet their opinions online. It would have been really cool to show the real fans who couldn't afford to go to Comic-Con or had something else going on the trailer that they've been waiting so patiently for, especially after CinemaCon where they showed the first trailer and then made us wait months to see it again. I honestly think though this is more on Universal's side, where they didn't want to show off two of their movies at once. You know, they uploaded the Glass trailer, and I kind of get why they wouldn't want to upload the Halloween trailer too, but regardless, I'm just a little disappointed. Before I go, I have something really special for you guys. My friends over at Slash and Cast, which is like my new favorite horror channel, I listen to their podcast on the way to work every day, just catching up on old episodes. It is seriously so good. Anyways, they gave me a little clip telling me what they think about the panel and the NECA Ultimate Michael figure, which was really cool of them, so I'm gonna roll that now.
San Diego Comic-Con 2018 proves once again that the slasher genre isn't dead, as fans are going crazy for what is Halloween. Now, first of all, let's start with the NECA figure. That was announced from NECA, obviously. Yeah. And man, it looks incredible. First of all, I think this arguably is one of the best figures that I've ever seen NECA do.
Oh yeah.
It comes with two beautiful heads. I like them a lot.
True.
And then, you know, it also is pretty brutal because they have the jack-o'-lantern head, which we've seen pictures of in the past.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this, jeez, that's a lot of detail to put in, and NECA nailed it.
Right.
So.
They also have the tombstone.
And the tombstone again, which makes us think that he's probably going to steal it again.
Right.
So, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then, you know, then the panel happened. The panel everyone was looking forward to. It happened, and it looked like we was going to be a little slow there for a while.
Yeah.
But then they decided to show some footage, and then a trailer. But guess what? Once again, we got bamboozled from people that are too poor to go to San Diego Comic-Con, and we do not get to see it.
No.
At least not for a few months. They haven't really said when they're going to post it, how, if ever.
Yeah.
Right. But first of all, you have the house-to-house scene, which everyone's freaking out about because literally Michael just walked in the house. He grabbed a knife. He killed people, killed some other people, but then left a baby behind. So he has a heart.
Yeah.
That's what we should take about it. Here's the thing with the scene like this. We've been talking about it for months. Is that maybe it's playing with fire, having him be that brutal.
Right.
This kind of makes sense to me though. Him going house to house, like, because that's what was so scary about the original.
Right.
He didn't give a shit. He just went. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, and I mean, just from what we've heard, a lot of long shots, beautiful music, just the things we love about Halloween.
Yeah, from what we've heard, of
Yeah.
course. And then there was more discussion about, of course, Jamie's daughter Laurie's daughter was pulled away from her. She lives in isolation, and she's sitting there waiting for Michael. So, but with the footage, it sounds exciting. I want to see more. Hopefully, we do. I'm sure you guys all feel the same. So in a quick spiel, that is how we feel about the Halloween news that came from San Diego Comic-Con 2018. Jimmy, again, thank you so much for having us. Back to you.
You guys should definitely go subscribe to Slash and Cast because they have an awesome set and a really cool switcher that I'm not jealous of at all in any way. But they also put together a really good show, and I totally agree with them that the panel was disappointing for people like us who didn't sleep outside overnight or pay to get into Comic-Con because we didn't get to see what they showed off, which again is what happened at CinemaCon. So it's just a bummer. But yeah, guys, I really hope you go check out their video they do on the topic when they post it. And as always, my name is Jimmy Champagne, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.